Hello, Nick. Had a little interruption with my video, but here's a video. I'm not.
To have a drive to keep going at something, whether they're not succeeding, and they just keep driving and going. So you do see a lot more of those people publicly because those are more driven people. So Rose has a very big drive of the things she wants to do, and she has a lot of responsibilities as well, and a lot of things that take up her time and energy and space. I know when I was 28, and I'm understanding. I'm not. I understand this, and to be honest, I'm gonna be a little cocky. I'm gonna give Rose, give you what you need for the amount of time that I don't want to say that take your time, whatever, because I don't want you taking whatever. But I understand that you need that. Let me grab this baby here.
Thinking of pulling so much out of me. I'm trying, this is day one of trying to wean him off the boob. I'm really trying cold turkey. I know it's not going to happen.
And we need to get familiar with that because I'm going to, as much as I can, I still got.
I'm in a Patreon today, I was about to put something in there, and then all of a sudden I saw Prime say, hey, check your inbox. I go in the inbox, it's what Prime shows me. I said, what? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Shout out to Prime. What you're looking at is a Brad worshiper, right? Y'all know who they are. I did videos on them already. I did a video on them probably about a year ago, detailing what happened in their relationship, and I said in that video that this relationship is not going to last. I'm gonna play this video. This video is them talking about how they are separating. What happened with them, right? She has children by a black male, right? And when they move with him, right, to his neck of the woods, the son, the black son, that she had, he was being called the N-word. And when he was being called the N-word, they did nothing about it. He did nothing about it. His family did nothing. They didn't care to say anything about it because it was his friends and family members that was doing it. And he did nothing about it. He did nothing about it to the point where she left, and when she left and went back to where she's from, he didn't come back to see her for 9 months. For 9 months. Now, for people who don't know, people be like, well, what's the point? What's the point of this video, AC? Well, here's the point. The point is, they've been making videos pandering to black women, and they gained a huge following, of course, because the pandering was, you see him dancing, looking ridiculous, dancing, and the caption would be like, when you find a black queen that already has children and you take care of her, stuff like that. And you had the Keishas in the comment section saying, yeah, they're looking for a Brad, they tired of dealing with Tyrone and stuff like that. Get you a Chad, forget these Tyrones. And they don't understand that nobody's really checking for them. And then when they do get into these relationships, it don't last. Remember, they were saying that these relationships last the longest. Lying. No, they don't. We already debunked that. No, they don't. No, they don't. So let's get to the video. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Overwhelmed for sure, noticeably.
To be fair, I did down pretty quick because I think I did that for about 2 months, and from cleaning up constantly to behavior shaping, like constantly correcting and everything like that. And they're at an age, they're always going to be at an age, but they're at an age to where they have a lot of energy and they need a lot of you and they pull a lot from you. And you are, to your benefit. A lot of people on here were saying, like, Rose has, this is a mental thing, this is whatever. And yeah, I mean, we'll see things like that. The more ambitious people are going to feel like they're either trapped or that they're failing or that they got to have a drive to keep going at something or that they're not succeeding and they just keep driving and going. So you do see a lot more of those people publicly because those are more driven people. So Rose has a very big drive of the things she wants to do, and she has a lot of responsibilities as well, and a lot of things that take up her time and energy and space. I know when I was 28, I'm understanding. I understand this, and to be honest, I'm going to be a little cocky. I'm going to give Rose, give you what you need for the amount of time that I don't want to say that take your time, whatever, because I don't want you to take it, whatever, but I understand that you need that. Let me grab this baby here.
They're gonna pull in so much out of me. I'm trying, this is day one of trying to wean him off the boob. I'm really trying cold turkey. I know it's not gonna happen.
And we need to get familiar with that because I'm going to, as much as I can, I still got, for the next couple months, I still got a lot of get under wraps and, and take them off your hands up to 90% of your time to where you can still enjoy yourself, get reset, and actually have time with your kids as well.
Yeah, I've seen someone in the comments say, like, it's not about your happiness after you have kids, and that is the most insane comment ever to me, because the way that I feel is as a family unit, it's about all of our happiness collectively. I don't put my happiness to the back burner, and it's all about my kids' happiness at all whatsoever, because...
What did I say, black men? Brad gets the same black women that black men get. Do you know why they're separating? They're separating because she says she needs some time. She needs some time alone. Oh yeah, they just did a live. They took the live down. They did a live stream and they were arguing in the live stream. I tried to catch it for y'all. They were arguing in the live stream, and you know what they were arguing about? She wanted to go do a YouTube video, and he said no, he don't want to. He said he don't want to. All of the black men, when these videos come out, these pandering to black women about getting a brat, and you see these couples like this, it's Keisha's idea to make these videos. It's Keisha's idea to make the YouTube channel. It's Keisha's idea to make these YouTube videos. It's not Brad's idea. I told y'all plenty of times that they're uncomfortable with doing it because their family and friends are seeing it and they looking at them like they're buffoons. And they was literally arguing over he didn't want to do any YouTube videos. And he's like, wait a minute, is this what you want? You want to separate so you can do more YouTube videos? Here's the truth, Brad. The truth is, she wants to go back to the streets to get taken to Pound Town, and then she wants to be able to come back. You got the same black women that black men get. The same. And now you talk about taking the kids, and that's the truth. When you have children, and this is how selfish they are, your happiness does not matter as much as it should when you were when you were single, you wasn't a mother, you just took care of you. No, when you have a child, you got to put your happiness on the back burner. And the reason why I say that is because your happiness only means you're tired of taking care of the children. Your happiness is not being able to get up early in the morning to feed the child. Your happiness is not being able to go outside and hang with your girlfriends and get taken to Pound Town. Yeah, so your happiness don't matter no more. Your happiness is wishing you wasn't a mother. Your happiness is wishing you didn't have so many children. So yeah, your happiness goes on the back burner. It's time to take care of the kids.
If I'm not happy as the mom, how is anyone in the family truly happy? How do you show up as your best mom or your best wife if you're unhappy yourself and not pouring into your own cup?
How much trouble I'm having.
That's how I am all the time.
This is one way I got to So
He's teething right now, so it's like out of 10. But like this is how it is all the time.
Look at him. Now, why would you put your son in this video to make a video about you separating? This is the title is literally "We Separate." This is dysfunction at its highest form, y'all. This is highly dysfunctional. This is highly dysfunctional. And the thing about Keisha, what she don't understand about these brads, these brads don't be playing with them. You put them through too much, they're not like black men. Black men will continue. Black men will continue to deal with Keisha being disrespectful, Keisha being, neglectful, Keisha being, just outright rude. These brads ain't with that. You don't want these brads to snap. Look at him. You don't think? Look at him. Look at him right. He doesn't look like he feel like he's about to snap. Look at him. Look at him. Just don't play around. Don't play around, Keisha. He's not a black man. He's not. Black men, take a lot of abuse from Keisha. Take a lot of abuse and keep it moving.
Divesting gone terribly wrong. Black people need to social distance away from divestors. Subscriber, Men Being Happy released an excellent video titled Social Distance Away From Them, where he made excellent points about divestors.
You gotta social distance away from them because of two reasons. First and most importantly, their networks, meaning the people they're connected to that will connect themselves to you, if you're dumb enough to get socially connected with them, those networks are full of poison men, because they are attracted to terrible men. Black men have been saying this for a while, okay, but this is the way it really works. They're attracted to pookies first and foremost. Criminals, people who have sent others to the upper room, base tents, incarcerated over and over. That's what they like. And if they can't get that guy, they want to become a divester. After they're done with Pookie and they got 3 to 5 kids, they've been abused, they've gone through all of that, and they're tired of that for a while, they're all hurt, beat up, they want to go divest to a white man. And the kind of white men that they can get are usually the worst kind of white dudes out there, because they can't get the good ones. Okay, white women get the best white men. They get what's left. They get what's left after white women get them, Hispanic women get them, Asian women get them, and whatever is left, usually some guy that is a criminal just like the old Pookie, that's what they try to get. And when that, or some old man, like a 90-year-old, 80-year-old old man, that they think they're going to get some money from, and they're not. We got so many stories. And only then, after they are washed and ruined, usually late 30s, mid 40s, then they'll do the reach back to a working class black man, hoping you're going to save them and fix their messed up life. And a lot of the guys that they divest to are deeply anti-black because they hate black people so much. The black women, they don't like themselves for being black, and they hate black men. So the white men that they get around, or whoever they're divesting to, they usually bond with them over their united hatred of black men. So by the time they do the reach back, all the men in their network are terrible. They're just terrible dudes you do not want to know. Dangerous people to know. The other reason is that black women are embarrassed to be seen with working class black men. Their greatest nightmare is ending up in a stable relationship with a 9-to-5 black man. And the reason for this is a large amount of black women in this country, they really don't like being black women. They got some sort of psychological issue. But black men like being black men. And they hate that we are not unhappy, and they hate that we like being what we are. And because of that, they hate reality itself. Reality becomes their enemy because they want to live in fantasy land. Because they feel like they got to live in this ridiculous fantasy to make up for being what they are, which are black women. And getting with a working class black man means that fantasy that they have in their head is over. It doesn't matter if we're hyper attracted to black women in this country. What matters is, as long as we want to stay good men, productive men, working class men, we have to abandon them socially. We got to social distance away from them. That means literally putting in distance from us in social situations.
Here is the story of a washed-up divester who was happy to be claimed by a white man after a week. Lakeisha Stewart of Rensselaer, New York, sacrificed her black daughter to this white abuser in a matter of days. Let's get to know Lakeisha.
43-year-old Lakeisha Stewart of Rensselaer, New York, pleaded guilty to attempted grand larceny in the third degree before the Honorable William Little in Albany County Court this morning. A Superior Court information alleged that between January 5th, 2023 and February 1st, 2023, Stewart stole a total of approximately $28,500 from a victim. Specifically, she was accused of cashing several checks from the victim's account while working as their home health aide. The victim was diagnosed with dementia and was unable to consent to those payments. Sentencing is scheduled for February 2nd, 2024. The defendant faces a sentencing range of no less than 5 years of probation and no more than 6 months at the Albany County Correctional Facility, followed by 5 years of post-release supervision. Assistant District Attorney Nicole Thiel is handling the prosecution of this case.
You shouldn't be surprised by Lakeisha's actions. She thought this white man was going to save her from poverty. She could make a divester Instagram page and a TikTok showing off the white man, but too bad, the white man really didn't like her. He just needed a place to stay. RIP to the black daughter because her divester mother allowed a white criminal to stay in their home. Let's get to the story. Rensselaer County resident Robert Fisher, age 34, pleaded guilty to murder and rape on Tuesday, July 9th, and the death of Josephina Cunningham. According to prosecutors, emergency crews were called to the girl's Rensselaer home near Broadway and Tracy Street on July 7th, 2023, after relatives found her not breathing. Josephina's mother, Lakeisha, found her lying lifeless on the floor, foaming at the mouth and drenched in bleach, the girl's brother, Jaquan Stewart, said. At the time of her murder, Josephina was left in the care of Fisher, who was dating the child's mother. The grieving brother disclosed to the U.S. Sun how his mother introduced Fisher to her kids' days before his sister's killing. Stewart said he felt something off about Fisher the first time he laid eyes on him. Something felt a little off inside when I first met him. It was a little off. I just felt something in my gut, he said, adding that his mother had only been seeing Fisher for a week. I never saw my mother with a white guy before. Maybe that's why, but I never spoke to her about their relationship. It was like she was hypnotized. She was too deep in love with him. It was actually kind of strange. It's clear she was in love with his white skin. After all, she was 43 and the white man was 34. She probably was happy because she thought she would get pregnant with the magical mixed race baby. I mean, she abandoned her older son and sacrificed her young black daughter while being in love with the white man in less than a week. She loved whiteness. If you have children with a divester, please keep them away from the divester so the children have a chance at living a normal life. Divesting gone wrong.
So I was dating this guy, Chris, for years. I wanted to buy a house. Chris didn't. Then I...
Hey, this is Raul. Please act right.
A lot of videos and going through the comment section, just kind of seeing women's takes and their perspectives on dating and relationships now. And I'm not gonna lie, some of those standards that you all feel as though you have placed are really just unreasonable and unrealistic expectations.
Women with their unreasonable expectations continues Exhibit A.
I don't care how much money I ever make, I still want my man to pay for everything. I don't like that they did the adult do coffee dates. I don't care how much money I ever make, I still want my man to pay for everything. He should pick me up, he should drop me off, he should buy me Ubers. In exchange, he gets to not embarrass me and breathe my air. I think it's pretty fair. I think we're even Stevens. Otherwise, I don't need a man just to have a man.
And here's the shorter version of what she just said.
Insert cash or select payment type. Use PIN pad to complete transaction.
I had called the dude, but his ass was at church, so whatever. He called me after he got out of church, like, you know, what you doing? I really needed some food. I couldn't buy my own, but I'm just like, I'm chilling or whatever. He been trying to take me out, and I'm just like, I'm so one track in my own right now, trying to get some money and get my life together, that I'm not thinking about dating nobody. Like, leave me the phone, please. I just honestly can't even think about that right now. Like, that's the furthest thing from my mind. So I let him take me to get something to eat.
And here's the shorter version of what she just said.
Insert cash or select payment type. Use PIN pad to complete transaction.
So a guy who's a churchgoer asked her out. She doesn't want to be bothered because she has more important things on her mind. But she goes out with him anyway just to get free food. Not just think, if he had invited her out on a coffee date, she would have refused and saved him from wasting his dinner date money. Fellas, you guys better wise up.
The men in today's show don't know why they're here today. All they know is that someone from a past relationship wants to see them again. Let's meet who brought you here. Miss, would you like to do the honors? You may have dumped me, but look at me now and you can't ever have it again. Tony, do you have any regrets seeing that she looks so great today?
She looks the same as when I left her. I broke up with her because all I did was give 100% for nothing in return.
To all the good guys out there, sound familiar?
I gave him so much more than he'd ever given to me. Like a new wardrobe. You bought him a lot of clothes.
So you bought him clothes that you wanted him to wear, that he could have bought for himself. But what did you do for him on a mental level? Clearly nothing. That's why he left you. Ladies, that good man that you're looking for is looking for you to be supportive, peaceful, and stimulate his mind. Not buy him clothes.
So let's be real about this. It's not that men don't want relationships, and it's not that men don't want to marry, because there are a lot of men who still want that. It's just that they are attentive to what is going on now.
And we're hearing more and more men tell us what's going on in marriages, or should I say divorces.
I want to speak to the women out there. You tell me if you think this is fair. I'm 40 years old. I married this woman when I was 33. After only knowing her 7 months. And no, I ain't getting no prenup or none of that. But she didn't have nothing. Me, I had a $1.5 million house in New Alabama. Me, I had the Mercedes in the driveway. I went to law school. I was the one up studying all them late nights. Didn't even know who this woman was back then.
Let's just say the marriage does not work. Who's the judge going to favor? Most likely it's going to be the woman.
Now, you mean to tell me it took me 40 years to make all this, and this person who I've only known for 7 years, won't have?
That is a huge sacrifice for men to marry. Let's be real about this. They know that they are more than likely potentially sacrificing their freedom, their resources.
Won't have of everything it took me 40 years to make. Now I want to ask all the women, do you think that's fair? Think of me as if I was your daddy, or if I was your brother, and you saw me studying all them nights. That was me and Emery all them nights studying. I didn't even know this woman. Now she won't have what it took me 40 years to make.
To all the good women out there, you see what the rotten women are doing to these men. They are the reason why men are stepping away from marriage. He worked 40 years to build himself up. For her to come into his life for 7 years and expect to receive half of his 40 years of hard work. Not only are men stepping away from marriage in Western culture, but they're also stepping away from helping women they don't know too.
Y'all, what is up with men? And I know this is always a topic here, but I'm generally speaking about why do men have a hard time helping women?
Since you asked, here's why.
You're welcome. I didn't ask you to open your door. What do you mean I'm welcome?
Something that I have observed not only in my personal life, but literally in the outside world, because I'm a watcher. Men will stand there. The women will have all the bags, the kids, the suitcases, the luggage. She'll be doing everything. He's just standing there.
Did you ever stop to think that maybe he does help her, but she doesn't appreciate his help when he gives it, and that's why he's just standing there? He's probably fed up with her.
They'll just be standing there, like just watching the woman suffer as if it brings them some kind of pleasure. From my perspective, it looks like that because I'll just be looking and I'm just like, anybody would help that woman right now.
What the fuck? You ain't gonna say thank you?
Why are you just standing there? Y'all are the men?
Yes, young lady. We are the men. The men who are paying attention to women and the way they function these days.
So, when a man is dating, he's paying attention to everything. You want to be pursued. You want a man to pour into your cup. You want a man to invest in you financially. You want him to invest his time into you, all of his resources, all of that stuff. But what are you investing into him?
Quick question for you. Did a late payment or a charge off or a collection account?
All of his resources, all of that stuff. But what are you investing into him?
And look at what women are teaching other women while expecting a man to invest into them.
What I simply want to say is, do not give a man wifey benefits and you ain't nothing but his man girlfriend.
Men are going to pay attention to that. What do you do to fill my cup? If I am filling your cup, what are you doing to fill my cup? I have to invest all of this into you, but society has conditioned you to the belief that you don't have to put anything into me.
And look what happens when a man pours into a woman that gives him nothing in return, also known as the good guy.
I ended up losing the man that I was supposed to marry because I was too hot in the ass. I was thinking I was the shit and had options. And I did. But they wasn't good options. I ended up losing a man that I would call 3 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to cuddle. And this man was coming town to see me. You know what I mean? 3 o'clock in the morning. What man you know doing that?
So, many of you ladies don't invest enough into yourselves intellectually or spiritually or emotionally to be able to invest into some of these men. Just being real with you, okay?
I had a man that knew me and my son was in the house hot as fuck. He went out of his way and spent $300 on getting me and my baby an air conditioner to put in our house.
Are you adding to his fruition? Are you supporting him?
And me and that man ended up hitting a rough patch in our relationship.
Which all relationships do, and you just work through it if the person is worth it. But what does she do?
And I decided to go seek, other options because I thought they was better. And at the time, dealing with it and being in the midst of it, it might have seemed like it was better. It might have seemed like, yeah, this is a lot better, but, after it's all said and done, that shit wasn't better.
But let's be real about it. Men are seeing everything. Some of you women are irrational.
Some of you women allow your emotions to dictate your behavior. Also, a lot of you women have allowed society to condition you. You know why? Because that man that I was supposed to marry wouldn't have had me dealing with my pregnancy alone. He wouldn't have left me out to go to every single appointment by myself. He wouldn't have had me in the delivery room by myself, giving birth to not one, but 2 babies at one time. That man wouldn't have missed his kid's first birthday. That man wouldn't have not seen his kids in over a year in person. That man wouldn't have fed me bullshit and lies and excuses on why he couldn't be there or why he can't show up. He would have made a way. And it's like, I just say all of this to say, like, you really don't know what you got until it's gone. And you really don't know the value of things until it's gone. And I'm not even trying to bash my baby father or anything like that or speak down on him. But it's like, if I had known better at the time and I wasn't so young, dumb, and full of cum, I wouldn't have did that, you know? If I had known better, I would have done better. And every day I'm working towards trying to forgive myself for that, because he didn't deserve that. And you know, women make mistakes too. It really ain't all the men that out here that be cheating and lying and, you know, doing stuff like that. Like, women have babies on men too, and I'm sadly one of them. But I love my kids with everything in me, and I wouldn't trade them for nothing in the world. But I just wished I would have picked a better father for them.
And the sad thing is, this just keeps happening over and over and over again. The difference is, now we have social media with women like her telling us that she fumbled a good man and went and had a baby by a bad boy. Ladies, I don't know what goes on inside you all heads when you're in your 20s, but to be a teenage girl watching the same thing happen to the women before you, and you turn around and do the same exact thing, is beyond logical comprehension. More and more men are stepping away from taking the stepfather position, which will leave a lot of you women single for the rest of your life, because by the time your kids are grown, you'll be competing with younger women when it comes to getting the quality men. You young women better wake up. And for all you good young men out there who are pouring into a woman who's not pouring back into you, stop it. From this day forward, every time you do something of importance for her, she must do something of importance for you in return before you do anything else for her. This way, if you see she can't or won't do for you what you need from a woman, you will not have wasted your time, energy, or your money on her.
Can your finances reflect your values? Absolutely. With social
Oh boy, what a weekend. I know we all woke up to my face on your newsfeed, which actually is a good thing. And it all happened because there is this one video that has went viral. Today I'm going to respond to a couple of reaction videos, and as you guys know, a lot of them are good, but the majority coming from women, of course, are bad. Are you surprised at the insults? No. Are you surprised at the name calling? No. Are you surprised that some women are triggered? No. Why? Because they're the problem, not me. Before I get into the first clip, I do want to address and make it clear one more time that I never attacked black women. I never attacked any woman. I never said anything against black women. I don't even understand where all this hate towards me is coming from. I do have an explanation, but that's a different story. But as far as today, get ready, sit back, relax, because I will be cooking, roasting, stirring and frying, and eating these broads up one more time. Let's go.
This video is dedicated to that German woman who's on the internet in black women's business. First of all, you're stupid.
That is so childish.
I don't give a how many valid points that German woman had or if she was right or wrong. She don't get a chance to speak on black women.
But here is the hard truth.
Well, some of you didn't believe me when I was talking to you about German women and their love for black men. I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because...
You got knocked up.
Oh, you want something to more, man? Huh?
No. Get off your ass and get this car, boy. I don't know why you come down here messing with...
What's the point of your video? Don't you got a man? You trying to be a pick-me?
Pick me.
Who you trying to be a pick me to?
Insult after insult coming from a woman who is laying in her bed eating olives, not even fixed right. But I understand, as the great Kevin Samuels said, the characteristics of a low-value woman are insult, guilt, shame, and the need to be right. And what did we see in these past couple of seconds? Exactly that.
I've been tagged in this video multiple times, and initially I wanted to make notes because it's a lot, right? It's a whole lot. So I thought, well, I can sum it up for you in under 5 minutes. The main point, actually the two main points, but the first main point, if you start your video by labeling your husband average, you have lost every decency and respect from my side. And I know I'm not the only person that sees it this way, because
I don't know where you came from, but I see that you have tattoos on your fingers, and on your YouTube channel you got your middle finger in the air and using that as a profile picture. I'm actually happy that I don't have your respect, because that would mean that you and I are on the same level, and honey, trust me, we are not. And when I say average man, I mean, yes, an average man, he deserves respect too. Yes, an average man, he doesn't have to come with a six-pack, making 6 figures, having a net worth, having a network. He doesn't have to be in my life, bringing all of these things. Still, an average man will deserve and will have my respect. You need to learn these things. Why do you expect a man to bring all of these things to the table when you don't even look feminine? Listen, you women, you need to learn from me. I'm here trying to show you how to do it, but you're too busy attacking me, turning around saying I'm attacking you.
And then to sit down here and tell the world how you did not compete because there was no competition, when in reality the black woman is and has always been and will always be the blueprint, and nobody, and I say this from the bottom of my heart, will ever understand your husband's living reality better than a black woman. And that's on that. There is nothing to argue here. And I don't care how many delusional points you bring up, how many fucking fruit bowls and drinks you serve your husband. That's the reality of it all. And you just proved the entire point. Because nowhere did you mention emotional intelligence. Nowhere did you mention growth. Nowhere did you mention companionship. Nowhere did you mention soulmates. Nowhere did you mention deep love. What you mentioned is a fucking fruit ball and a drink.
Look at that face. Everyone just look at that face. These women are really mad, and I still don't understand why. I know I keep saying this, but that's really because I don't get it. They're the ones who are always mentioning black women. They're the ones who are always saying, you're attacking black women. Maybe I'm not. I don't have one single reason to. And I understand where this woman is coming from when she is saying you haven't mentioned anything about deep love, companionship, being a soulmate. And I'm going to just tell you, yes, I have. I have plenty of videos, but the proof is in the pudding. I've been married for 15 years, so there's something obviously that I'm doing right, okay? But at the end of the day, this goes to show you that not a lot of women go to the source of where this clip came from, which is my channel, research my content, and then figure out, wait a minute. There were some false accusations that are made about this woman. She doesn't even stand for all of this. These women hear what they want to hear and run with it.
So I'm watching that video with that German girl talking and comparing herself and talking about competition when it comes to black women and black men. And I just want to know what was the reason, sis? Like, what was the reason? Who are you in competition with? Because I don't see any videos made by any black woman thinking about you. We mind our business, literally. We are over here minding our business and worrying about what we need to do either for ourselves or for our community. And y'all are always attacking black women. Our names stay in your mouth.
Again, where is the attack? But as long as somebody feels attacked, feels like they are a victim, they are holding grudges all the time, these people are going to be aggressive, uptight, they're going to be argumentative and negative. Oh, did I just describe the last woman that you were with? Well, there's only one reason for that. A lot of women love to play victim, which is the reason why they're so quick to say, oh, I'm traumatized. I just don't get the attention anymore that you used to give me. I don't know what to do anymore. I have been diagnosed with, I'm bipolar. I don't know what to do. That's just who I am. You gotta help me to uplift my spirits. No, he doesn't. And let me remind you of one thing. It was not us foreign women who started making videos about American women being like this, being like that. As soon as the Passport Bro movement has arisen, it was American women who came out and said that these men are leaving the countries to be predators and to go be with women who are uneducated, who don't speak English, and who just want the green card. So honestly, and being very objective, the attacks are coming from somewhere else. We are never been the ones who are attacking you.
Oh, so this video right here got you sisters bothered. That's crazy. And even some of y'all agree with the message. Y'all just saying she doesn't have the right to deliver the message because she isn't a black woman? Where was this energy when y'all thought Ben Horowitz said black women are for billionaires? Where was this energy when Cynthia G allowed a white man to come on her panel and disrespect black men? Y'all loved her for that. Where was this energy when that black woman got on the internet talking about she wouldn't date American black men? Y'all agree with her. Y'all said we was cheap. Y'all said we didn't know how to date. Y'all made it seem like we was bums. But when y'all see that there's other women all over the world that will appreciate us, y'all be bothered. Make this shit make sense. Where was this energy when y'all allowed every race on this earth to disrespect Kevin Samuels, a black man?
Everything that man said was true. And do you see the difference in the tone of voice, the energy? That's how a lot of men operate. They don't scream on top of their lungs. They don't operate. That's just not what they do. And just looking at some women celebrating Kevin Samuels' death, that just tells you a lot about women. I mean, let's just look at it objectively. Somebody's son died, brother, uncle, teacher of millions of people. And you have women celebrating someone losing their life. Yo, that is so insane.
Hi there, Puerto Rican woman from America. Yeah. I see you got yourself a black man. Congratulations. You know why? Because by default, black men always treat women that are not their race differently.
Oh, siempre es culpa del hombre. Translate into, it's always Jermaine's fault. So I guess it's the man's fault now that he wants to date outside of the US. I don't even think that what she said is true. I know it's not true, and from the way she said it, you can clearly see that these women are out here on the internet saying things and they don't even understand what they are saying, if it makes sense or it doesn't. They're just trying to go along with whatever is trending right now. And honey, instead of you being on the internet saying something that doesn't make any sense, you should go to the gym, because that would make a lot more sense for you. Okay? So, next one.
I guarantee you, the man that she has, that she's over here talking about, I cook and I clean, and clean is a stretch. A stretch. If we've learned anything from these internet streets, clean is a stretch. That man is, I guarantee you, is not a quality man. I promise you. To allow the woman that you are with to disrespect, discredit, talk down to women in your family, not even just black women as a whole.
She didn't say anything about black women.
Where's the disrespect in my message? The only thing that I find disrespectful in her clip is her wig. And as far as my husband and you saying that he's a low quality man, honey, I am sure that he will be a low quality man in your eyes. You know why? Because he would not put you on a pedestal. He would snatch that wig off of your head and say, wear your natural hair, woman. He would not take care of your child. He would not pay your bills. Instead of that, he would hold you accountable. But some modern Western women really don't like a man to be masculine. They don't like a man who is self-aware, who has confidence, and especially they don't want a man who looks good, because then these women would have to compete for that man, which they will never ever do. So, yes, honey, my husband is a low quality man. You're right, he is.
About this because of what this woman said, girl. I don't give a damn about what she's talking about. I don't give a damn.
about her marriage. Everything she does for this man is a trauma response. I don't want to be in a relationship like that. So I'm definitely happy for her. And no, there is no competition. None at all. Everything that she talks about is a trauma response to what this man did or what he went through prior to meeting him. And she has to overcompensate for that. That is not something that I want to do in a relationship. I would like a man that comes fully worked on, meaning those may have been his earlier experiences, but he has worked on himself to move past those things to where I don't have to overextend to ensure that he is at peace, that he is content within our relationship. I would like for him to have that contentment on his own. I would like for him to have that peace on his own. I don't want to have to give him those things because that takes away from me.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. You know how many times I have heard that? Anyway, that is one of the problems. This woman said that she wants her man to come fully worked on, so she doesn't have to invest too much time and effort and energy because it's taken away from her. So whatever you do, gentlemen, that takes away from a woman, she's not going to be there for it. Which means that these women that just want you to bring certain things into their lives, but when it's time for them to bring something into your life, whether if it's peace, a new diet, or whatever you can imagine a woman could bring into your life, they're not there for it. Which is the reason for why all of these women are single. Because they have the type of attitude, whatever doesn't benefit me, whatever takes away from me, has to stay away from me. Alright everybody, that was enough negativity for now. Let's focus on a couple of valuable content creators who I admire, who I respect, and who I highly appreciate, who looked at the whole situation and my message objectively instead of listening with their emotions. You ready? Let's go.
That German lady got on this here internet and said that she found an average black man that she introduced femininity and care and nurture to because he had never seen it. And he picked her over what he was used to dealing with. And then she went on to say this.
Black American family has barely a family unit. You know, there is no breakfast, lunch, and dinner at set times. And these are things that I introduced my husband to.
And after she said that, she goes on to say that black women need to just accept that they're going to end up being by themselves. Because black men are tired of dealing with the loud mouth, the attitude, no care, no love, no nurturing, no family unit. And after listening to everything, baby, she right.
His family didn't even do that right.
I'm going to tell you something. Everything she says right there sounds pretty much right. Do you understand how she talks about being selfless? Not selfish, but selfless. Catering to her man, being polite to her man. And she also talks about being respectful to her man. In other words, when she said, when he's talking, I listen. And when he's finished talking, then I will speak. Remember how the white lady talked. Now, observe how these black women talk. Let's get it.
One of my close friends, he's dating a white girl now. And now I was like, why are you dating a white girl? And he told everyone. He said, because the black girls keep rejecting me. It's exactly what he says. It's just the truth. It sucks, but it's life. Thank you.
Is he spending money?
Thank you. See, that's the problem. That's not a problem.
See, that's the problem. Why does a man have to pay in order for a woman to pay attention to him? In order for a woman to value that man? And that is one of the biggest problems that women have. No, a man doesn't have to pay. Women need to learn to accept and acknowledge and appreciate the man for who he is and not for what he's spending his money on. Because at the end of the day, when you women say that you can only be feminine if a man spends money on you, I already know that you have no idea what it means to be feminine. You cannot turn your femininity on and off like a light switch.
Speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say.
And that's facts. She's again illustrating the order of things. She's saying, look, we don't overtalk and overpower our men. We allow the man to speak. We don't allow him to voice his concern.
Thank you so much, Danica. I hope I'm saying your name right. Please, I am sorry if I don't, but I appreciate the fact that...
Shout out to her channel, that woman made a whole lot of sense. She made a whole lot of sense, and there's a lot of women that need to take her advice. And the ones that got offended was the ones that attack her. So obviously, the ones that attack her don't know how to hold a relationship. That's what it sounds like it is to me. They don't know how to hold a relationship. I mean, why would you argue about something like that? And like I said, you would go to her page, she would explain all the things, but one video went viral, went trending, and like she said, all the women jumped on it. And if you really critically listen and think about what she said, it makes a lot of sense. When you go on, for example, it's this one woman, and I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna say that.
What's good, Lifestyle Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Y'all, today I'm gonna be talking about a video that just got uploaded by Kendra. Now, I want to say something, and I do want to make an announcement. I will be launching a Patreon due to some of the stuff that I want to say, and I believe I'm being shadow banned on YouTube due to some of the things that I may be saying. So
I think I'll put out another video because I'm looking at my time. I try not to make this too long. But, I mean, what did she say was wrong? I mean, and I've come across women with that kind of attitude. And it really gets discouraging in my past times to come across women who have this attitude that you need to pay for my time and all this stuff like that. So it's like, that's the mindset you have. And it's like, that's why some men they picking up on that. And so they're just backing away. And I guess they're trying to, the ones that give her the attitude is trying to flip it and be in a man's role. I think that's what it is. And trying to figure they can control the relationship. Or they can control whatever. And be female players. And you do what I want to do. You put up with what I'll put up with, and that's it. And basically, you gotta rise to my challenge. You gotta rise. You know, you have to have a flippy personality for me to respect you. That's basically what it is. And so, it's frustrating some men. And so a lot of these women, by choice, because their personality, lose the type of, and I'll make a video because I know that video is kind of long, but you go on the show where Kendra G, you see what type of women that come on here. You should see what kind they're out with this outrageous things. There's women that got seen on there about 5-6 different children, got 5-6 children, 4 different daddies. And it's like, and she's saying, why did you get to break up with your one kid, this kid's father? Realistically, they make bad choices. 1, 2, you will figure that maybe you could give you enough time to figure out you don't attract that same type of man, but they don't use common sense to do that. You know, because having children, from what I've seen, can be mind draining. Have one child, but having 5-6 other little ones, birthing little ones that run around, I know that could be hectic and expensive. I mean, children are a blessing, but it would be a blessing if you with somebody that would love to be a father. Number 1. Number 2, you as a woman be mature to deal with the man that know how to be a father and appreciate his fatherhood, and understand that the children come first. But you got some women that just want to go back after they got pregnant when they was young or whatever. They just feel like they're going through regret, and they hit that final stage. They don't want to grow up. So it's like a young girl trying to raise babies mentally, and they in they adult bodies. So a lot of times it's just that the men that they choose, and they don't want to take accountability whatsoever. It's who you choose to open up your legs. You choose, and you probably would have more if you just figure out to be a woman enough to want to settle down and have marriage, so you can have, a relationship, build up a family together. So if something happens, you have, if something happened to your significant other, the kid's father, you have your Social Security. You know what I'm saying? You can have benefits, extra benefits, and on taxes and things like that. And it's beneficial. But, and all you have to do is just be your wife. Simple. Be supportive. But some women don't want to be a wife. And some of them have the same immaturity as some men do. So that's why sometimes they come across. They think it's too dull or too boring to live an actually settled down life. Meanwhile, you have all these, stuff going on, and personalities you got to deal with, being whatever personality and person, people you're going out there and courting with. Plus, that's not even including the, you have to be careful you don't get no virus or something out there that attack your body, get AIDS or something, or HIV. I mean, because that's what's going on right now. And you should be happy. At least find someone that really know how to love you and appreciate someone know how to love you. And they track what they love more about you. And I think some women are not mature to receive that type of love. And that's why I would say you need to really go to church. Let God show you what love truly is. And when you get yourself mentally together, then He'll have that man there for you that will carry his likeness, his character. And women understood this, no matter what from 20 all the way practically 70 will figure this out. It would save a whole lot of time and headache. But remember, these women that go in any other relationship, having children out of wedlock, find out years later to be alone, it's their choice. They have and murmuring and complaining and being masculine and ain't doing it. No man's gonna want to wrestle with their spirit. I don't know why they don't seem to understand that. Sometimes there's a time to speak and it's a time to use wisdom and be quiet. That's what basically was what she was saying. But a lot of but you get that defined. I ain't got. That's just who I am. Well, that's the reason why they probably lost some jobs. They lost some relationships. They lost because they didn't know how to control their tongue. Sometimes we have to learn to control. We just don't say anything that comes out of our mind. This time you should speak, but use it with wisdom. But don't let somebody run over you. But at the same time, don't let somebody. But don't be so diary of the mouth. And maybe that's the reason why you're single. Because, and then you have to, and maybe you can learn from something about what is, maybe instead of attacking those women, whether they're foreign or some foreign women or women in general who know how to be a wife, maybe they can show you some tips. Put down your ego, and maybe the women that are around you can show you how to be a wife and listen, so you won't be miserable. Stop being jealousy and envious of your girlfriend or some women in general. You'll have the man of your, probably have a man just as good as her husband if you act right. But if you don't act right, what you expect? You think some man can put up with that? So really, the women who get mad, her, Miss Brooks, maybe they need to do some self-evaluation. I'm just saying. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen. Look, ladies that come across this video, make a better choice. That's the point of this video. Because you see what it's looked like to men if you're trying to find a man who's trying to be a husband, a boyfriend to a future husband. Make better decisions. Because it goes both ways. Just saying, not just one way. Alright then. No, use your wisdom. Get God in your life, use some wisdom, and use your head. That's the message. Or if not, you're going to keep losing out. Take care.